This is a tutorial on how to make a custom website using Contibase and SvelteKit UI. So first, you're going to want to find an available domain name. You can use AI to find some good ideas. Buy one on Vercel.com. And then in the SvelteKit UI website, copy the code snippet for the starter template. Change the name to your project's name. Enter that project directory. Update and install any dependencies. Open the code in VS Code. Run the project locally in your browser. And then you can make any brief changes here to get a feel for everything. But we're going to come back and do most of that later. Let's go over to Contibase, and you're going to need to create an account using a passkey. First, we'll go into the settings, domains, and we're going to want to confirm the domain we just purchased and give Contibase access to send and receive emails from the main domain, and then also for a subdomain, because we're going to want to mostly send from the subdomains. Once you do that, you can create a custom email address, and we'll use that to send and receive mail. Now you'll need to create a free trial here just to give your account access for one of the tiers. You can just use the hobby tier to get started, and you won't be charged right away. You can cancel anytime before the trial period ends. So now you'll have access to create a page, and this page will be used as a template to send emails with. And if you go over to the blog version of this, you can copy the structure that we have there to get you started and paste that in to the page in the settings. And this is just a basic starter for sending the verification email. You can customize it to your brand later, but we'll just get started with this. And yeah, your logo and stuff like that, we'll add that later. The next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to create a function, and this function is going to be used to send the email when a user gets added to the users table. So like for the page, there's a starting structure you can copy from the blog version of this and use that structure to get started in the function. Once you paste in the structure, you'll need to change the placeholder data to your own website and your own page ID and your own from email address. Then go to the users table, where you'll want to add a function trigger on row created, call that function that we just made. Next, we'll need to add the environment variables to our project. So back in VS Code, it's going to be initially titled .env.example. Just rename it to .env and add those environment variables. So your Contibase account ID, your users table ID, and you're going to need to create an account access token. This is going to be something you're going to want to keep private and only call from server or private environments. So create the token, paste it in, and now you should be able to test everything we just set up by going to your locally running website and adding an email and name to the newsletter form. And you can see in Contibase there should be a new user added, and send an email to that email address. Now the email is still just a starter template. We'll add the logo and stuff like that later. For the confirmation link, when a user clicks that, right now our live website's not set up, so you can run that on the local website and it should work, and you'll see it changes the user's email address confirmed from not confirmed to confirmed. Next, we'll want to set up our project in GitHub so that we can save our project remotely. So open the GitHub desktop client and add the folder path that your project's currently in and create that repository. And then you'll want to create a branch called dev And you'll want to do most of your work in the branch called dev, and then once you are happy with your changes in dev, you push that to main, and main will be what we use for our live site later. So in the next video, we're going to customize the website a bit more, create the logo, and get the website live.